my partner. Miss DJ, it is your table. We are glad to have you here and truly grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, my partner DJ, who is going to talk about 6 listings in 6 weeks and how you can put money in your pocket the right way with some simple strategies. Miss DJ, lead away.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see your faces. I haven't been on here for a while, so it's really nice to see everybody. This is a program that I've been working on for probably about 6 or 8 weeks now, and just completed it. And I was talking to George about it, and he said, "Will you come on board and do it?" And I said, "Sure." And we're talking about how, if you want to get 6 listings in 6 weeks, what do you have to do? One of the things that I remember being in a presentation one time, and the speaker said, and it was full of successful, very successful realtors. And he said, if any of you had to pay a medical bill, had something that came up that you had to pay in 30 days, could you go out today and get a listing? And so I'm going to ask you, could you do that? If you could, raise your hand. Okay, why aren't you? Same thing. That's exactly what happened in that room. Same thing. A lot of hands went up, but he said, how many of you did? And the hands went down. Good job, Claire. So what we're going to do is talk about how the scheduling works and how important that is. When I coach with a client, the first thing I say is, tell me your goals, show me your calendar. Because the calendar tells this tale, right, George? Right, Claire? The calendar tells the tale. If your calendar is scattered, not full, and isn't the right calendar for you, then probably this isn't going to work for you. And I'll tell you that if you were to work with me for 6 weeks, I'm not a nice person. I'm really tough. You tell me what you want, I'll make sure you get it. But, if you're not going to work, don't come. I will share this with you, that when I started real estate, just like 5 years ago or something, no, really, I traveled the United States and did workshops. I did big training workshops. I did recruiting workshops, and I traveled all over. Sounds cool, right? And it was. And so what happened was that, and I was commission based. Whatever I sold, that's what I made commission on. So when I got into real estate, I went to work with a commercial company, and the commercial broker was my friend. And she said, when I started with her, she said, sit down. She said, look, all of your career, you have been exceptionally good in sales, but what you've had is somebody that set your appointments. Now you don't have that. You've got to learn how to set your own appointments. So how do you do that? Okay, we're going to go through. I have a slide presentation. It's kind of bare, but it keeps me on track. So I'm going to turn it on right now. And
let me jump in real quickly.
Sure.
If you're able to do so, and there's no excuse why you're not, put your cameras on, and here's why. It provides the energy to the entire group, and we together can accomplish anything. And obviously, put any questions you have in the chat. I will be monitoring it. I promise you, if you have a question, it'll be brought up for sure. You will never not be answered here. So DJ, lead away. I just wanted to get that housekeeping done. Cameras on, folks.
I am not. Do I have?
Yeah, you can share.
I do. Okay. Why am I not then? All right. What happened to you? Okay. Share screen. Okay.
Been a little bit since she's been on doing all of this, so we will grant her some credit or some skill comments. Grace period is what I'm trying to say. Again, put your cameras on, folks. This is important. This is all about you. We're focused on.
Okay.
God bless you.
All right. Hold on a second. Why is this not working for me? All right. Stop slideshow. All right. Here's what we're going to do.
If you hit the share button at the bottom, it'll let you pick the screen you want to share.
I know. So you're going to watch. I'm going to share, and then you're going to watch me change slides, turn it on. Okay, so,
Perfect.
all right.
Yeah, that works. We can see it great.
All right. So here's what we're going to talk about. If you want to take 6 listings in 6 weeks, here's what we're going to talk about. All of these things: buy lunch, not leads. People don't do business with mailers. Pick up the neglected gems. Be ready to help people in transition, support them. Who do you know that you need to know, and how to post social media to prosper? And the fortune is in the follow-up. So first of all, let's look at these numbers. Let's say 6 listings in 6 weeks. Let's say the average sale in Florida is 400,000, or wherever you are. Sorry, allergies. The average, I think it's 405,000 nationally. It's just 400,000 times 3% is $12,000 times the 6 listings. That's $72,000 in 6 weeks. Who wants $72,000 in 6 weeks? Raise your hand. Those of you that don't, you don't want to do this. Now, if you take that times 12 months, how much is that? Look at that number, people. $864,000 of commission income. Now, let's say you don't do it. Let's say you don't do 4 a month. You don't do 6 a month. What if you did 2 a month? That would still be how much?
$250,000.
Anybody want $250,000? So there you go. All right. So buy lunch, not leads. One of the things, now I'm not telling you that I don't think people should buy leads. I think it's a great idea to buy leads if you can afford it. All the top people buy leads. But if you don't have the money, or you don't want to, or if you're a smart realtor, you are going to work with your sphere first. I watched a podcast yesterday, and this agent from Las Vegas, and she has 55 agents on her team. She sold over 700 homes last year, on track to sell over 1,000 this year. And she said 60% of their sales come from their sphere. 60%. And she also said each person is touched 4 times a month. 4 times a month, each person. And she does things that just blew my mind. Now, we all know that we should be sending out something every month to our sphere, right? We know we should be calling our sphere every month. Not everybody in it, but we should be talking to them. Here's something that I want you to think about that she does. Every day? I think it's every day. She does a video. Actually, she does 5 videos at once, but she goes out to 5 different locations of their listings, and she does a video, and she walks through and she says, this neighborhood is really desirable. I know a lot of people want to live in this neighborhood. If you know anybody that's looking for something like that, just give me a call. And she showcases it real quickly. Or it's an investment property, or it's a first-time home buyer property. Hey, look at this. We just listed it. If you know anybody that is looking for a good investment property or a first-time home buyer, it needs a little work, but you know what? It's a great deal. Let me know. And every morning, she sends out a different video to everybody, in her sphere. What about that idea? Now, she does them all at once, and then she puts them out. The video goes out. Now, what's she doing? Please open your mics and talk to me with this. So what is she doing when she does that, when she sends that up?
Staying top of mind.
Staying top of mind, right? And what is she positioning in their heads?
That she's the go-to person when they're ready to buy.
Exactly. And she's a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll step on another soapbox that I get onto, but in every video, she looked like a professional. She looks powerful. She looks knowledgeable, and she looks like she's trustworthy. So she doesn't go out and do them in a sundress or shorts. She had on professional clothes. So again, we we have to treat this as a profession, and we have to keep letting the people that are in our sphere know that we're professional. So what else could we do? Could we take, so let's say, George, let me ask you this. If you were buying leads for your area in Orlando, how much would you be spending a month?
It depends on the volume of leads I need, but normally, I like to think of the lead spend is that, the cost per lead at times at least 100. So probably, and the conversion on leads is bad. I would say $1,000 would be a bare minimum.
Okay. So now, let's see, Tawanda, come off. If you had 200 people in your database, in your phone, and you took every one of them to coffee and 1 month, and so how much money would that be?
Every one of them once a month, 200 people.
Mhm.
I mean, I timed it by 2 because it might be a couple, so maybe 2,000 or less. I don't know. Depends on where I'm getting the coffee.
Okay, so I took somebody to coffee yesterday and it was $14. So let's say it's $15. So what if I said, let's do this, Tawanda. You go on tomorrow or today, later today, onto your database, and you pick 6 people that you really like.
Mhm.
And those 6 people, you call and you say, hey, haven't talked to you for a while. Do you have time for lunch? Do you have time for coffee? So let's say you do coffee, and so let's say 15 times 6.
Mhm.
How much is that?
30.
Okay,
Nothing.
so $30 times 4 weeks. So that's $120. Statistically, we know that 20% of your database at any given time knows somebody that wants to buy or sell, or is looking for something to buy or sell themselves. They're looking for investment properties, or they're looking for investment advice. Okay, so now you get to talk to face to face, talk to 6 people a week times 4, 24 people that month, and you get to talk about them and you get to talk about real estate. What do you think the chances are that you're going to get somebody that is interested or knows somebody?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Absolutely, right? So, but here's the thing. All of you say you're going to do it, but you don't put it in your calendar. And so if I said to you, all right, today we're going to stop everything and you're going to open up your calendar and you're going to put in that you are going to today, you're going to spend an hour going through your contact management list, and you are going to set up the 6 people that you want to call this week. Let's say on Monday, you're going to call on Monday. You got 6 people you're going to call on Monday, and you're going to schedule appointments. And then as soon as you schedule that appointment, you're going to set it up for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So in the next 4 days, you're going to see all of those people. Now, when I talk to you on Monday, the next Monday, then I want to know how'd it go? Yeah. What happened? What was good? What was bad? What could we do better? What could I do to help? Can you see how that might make a huge difference in your business?
Yes. Question, is there a certain time of day? Because I'm always concerned about calling someone during their work schedule. So should I call in the evenings, or does it even matter?
How about you text them and say, hey, I want to get together. When's a good time for me to call? And we find a date.
Okay.
So somebody else come on board and tell me what has worked well for you as far as working with your sphere. I know Jackie does a great job, George. What does she do?
So when we're working with our sphere, one of the things we do, and we talk about this all the time, is we are always sending out on a weekly basis at this point, we send out information about what's going on in the market. We do it through KV Core, and once a week they get something that we pick up from Google Alerts or from, we figured this out yesterday, the Mortgage Housing Wire or the Mortgage Daily News. Thank you, Mr. Coach Bill Pipes. And we're always bringing something of value that shows us as an expert. And then when we're calling our database, which is on a weekly basis, or excuse me, a monthly basis, we're going to reach out to them and have some form of communication. In doing so with that, we never talk about real estate because our emails talk about real estate and our postcards do. We're always talking about them. That's what we do.
So one of the other things that I have heard people on these calls and across the board talking to top realtors as to what they're doing to get leads, and that is to do home valuations, a CMA, and send it unrequested, right? So let's say that these 6 people a week that you're going to meet with, and if you can't, you talk to them on the phone, right? But if you meet with them and you take the CMA with you and you say, I was blown away. I decided after I talked to you that I was wondering, I wonder how much her house has appreciated. And so I went on board onto the MLS. I pulled this for you and look at this. Look at how much your house has appreciated in the 5 years you've been there. Look how much in the last 2 years it's appreciated, whatever it is. And now, how does that open value? Does that open opportunities for you? Now, if you can't meet them, you mail it to them or you drop it by. But you have to have a reason. You can't, so many people call and say, do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate? That's what we were taught. Now people want to know that you care. We really are entering into a time in our world where face-to-face, people-to-people, caring what you do and how you do it is really more important than do you want to buy or sell real estate? So
DJ, can I jump in there for real quick?
absolutely.
Okay, so you hit on something that goes against everything we've always heard, which is, well, it's, you're prospecting, you call somebody and you say, who do you know? Who's the next person you know that you should refer? As opposed, and the transition has come very, very quickly that it is now not, yes, you need to be a professional 100% of the time and carry yourself as a professional. However, the big thing is the relationship. And that isn't who's the next person you know that's going to buy or sell real estate. That's gone. That's way of the past. It's how are you? How is your family? How can I engage with you on a personal level because I value you? It's
Right.
If it's not authentic, it doesn't matter. That's my opinion.
Okay, next one.
Hey, DJ, before you get started on the next one, can I add to that?
Of
Especially right now, since all of us are having that opportunity and face to face to actually speak with our people, allow them to breathe and talk to them about the settlement and what's different about a settlement and a court settlement and the lawsuit, and let them ask some questions. Because I know my past 3 coffee conversations this week have been about that. And thank goodness EXP has done a fantastic job of giving us those key talking points so that we can put them at ease, so that we can put our people at ease, so that we can allow them to understand the flow of what's going on right now. Just wanted to add that's a good coffee conversation so that they know that our market's not crashing, the industry's not going away. We're here for you and we're staying on top of it.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you can you see my next slide? That if you have 100 contacts in your database, 20% of them give you potential sales. 20 times $400,000 is $8 million in production. That's at 3%, $240,000 gross commission income. Let's say you only have 10% of those that, or half of those that you convert. That's still $120,000 from the people that you know that trust you and like you. So this is what your calendar should look like, right? Now, people don't do business with mailers. We all know geographical farming is huge and it works, but it works better with follow-up. So here's what I'm going to challenge you to do this week, this upcoming week, okay? I want you to choose a location. I want you to choose an area that you like, one that has a good price point, one that you feel comfortable in, that you could walk down the street, you'd meet people, they would be your friends. Why don't you go to RPR and do whatever you need to do to pull up, I can't, sorry, to pull up a list of homeowners. Now, what you want to look at is what, when you pull it up, you pull up this area. So you can see there's an area there that you got the location. What you want to look at is how old is the property? What's the turnover rate in that area? Price point, the demographics. Now, let's say that you have a subdivision that's 15 years old. We all know that young people that have young kids like to live in subdivisions and they like new. So if they bought that house 15 years ago when their kids were in elementary school, what does that mean? Kids are in college? Kids don't live there anymore? Maybe it's time. Maybe they want a house by the beach. Maybe they want a condo. Maybe they just want a one-story house now. Is the house a two-story house? What are the market trends for that area? Are there any development plans around it that you need to know? What are the community amenities? Okay, so I want you to look at that. And then I want you to narrow it down, narrow it down, narrow it down, narrow it down, and come up with 10 homes. 10 homes that you think are most likely to list. And then I want you to do your CMA again. I want you to put it together and I want you to mail it or deliver it to them along with a handwritten note. And it says something about like, I love this neighborhood. I work here a lot. I have clients that are interested in buying here. And so I've been doing some research and I just thought you might want to know what your house is worth and put it in the mail. Now, if you do 10 a week, that's probably, if you're going to put it in a nice container, you know, a nice mailer, it's going to go first class, they're going to get it. It's probably going to cost you $2, $2.50. So you're going to spend maybe $20, right? Or $30 at the most for a week to do this. Now, I will tell you that people I've talked to are seeing a 30% return from doing that. So if 3 out of 10 people are going to call you and ask, and just to talk to you, you get 3 leads out of 10, that's 30 leads a month. Come on, guys, you can't get any better than that. Of course you, what?
This sounds a whole lot like work.
It is.
No, listen, I got into this because I didn't want to talk to people and I didn't want to work. Now, everybody I've been speaking to has told me that I need to speak to at least 20 people a day that I haven't met, and I've got to have a conversation with them. And I know that because when I got into this business, I actually had to speak to 30 people a day. And that's why I ended up doing that. And it was prospecting. And I never knew them. It was very rejection based. And what you're talking about sounds like work, but it sounds like I don't have to talk to as many people. And the only people I have to talk to are the ones that actually respond and I get engaged, but I still have to work. I didn't sign up to do any work.
Wow.
I just want the $120,000.
Wow. I'm so glad you came from your trust fund, baby.
Well, I'm not. I'm more of just a baby. So are you telling me that I can actually imply this strategy, get a 30% return on this strategy, or I can prospect and call people and say, hi, I noticed that your home just expired and I was wondering, when do you plan on hiring the right agent for the job of listing your home? And then get hung up on. So I get a choice. But either way, damn it, woman, there's work involved in this, and I did not sign up to work to get paid. I don't know, $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year.
Yeah, life is tough. Like my friend said when I started with her, you know, if you don't want to work, DJ, go find another brokerage.
Oh, I love that.
And
All right, I've got
she
one more
was,
thing and then I'm gonna let you run with this. So
Oh.
DJ and I, and I know Claire and I have had these conversations, and Tom and Rich and so many other people, Curtis and all of us had these conversations, where it's we want you succeeding more than you do. We really, really do. Our passion is that you find that success, because once you tap into it, once you do a week of what she's talking about, and then do a week of tweak in what she's speaking about, when you have that coaching and you know what to do, and all of a sudden you start feeling and seeing success, it catapults you. I did that with For Sale by Owners when I got that first appointment, which I failed horribly because I didn't practice. But when I got that first appointment, I knew I could do it. Some of us don't know we can. I'm here to tell you, and I know I speak for all of us, you can. DJ, I'm sorry, I just had to put it out there. With the
Yeah.
right support and mentality and coaching and adjusting, this is very doable. Or you can prospect and talk to 30 people you've never met a day on the phone and get hung up all the time. Your choice.
yeah. And you know what? If you're making $250,000 a year, you can hire somebody to do this. And then you
Yeah.
can just go out and talk to them. All right, so next one. Okay, so this is just what I just said. And okay, let's talk about some neglected gyms. I had a sales manager once that said, DJ, you're focusing on the diamonds up there when you're walking over rubies and emeralds and all of the things that are really there that you could benefit from. So what about for rent by owners? Let's talk about that. Or Airbnb owners. Those people most likely are always looking for that next property. And so why not give them a call? All you have to do, it's an easy call. Hey, I'm DJ Throgmorton with eXp Realty. I have some properties that look like really good opportunities for a rental, a vacation rental or an Airbnb. I saw that you have some available here, was wondering if you're interested or if there's anything I can help you with to find more. Or if you want to sell the one you have, I'd be happy to help you with that too. These are people that have investment properties buy more investment properties. And what I've learned is they don't use the same realtor over and over again, because you know why? That realtor doesn't stay in touch with them. So go out and reach out to them. Absentee owners. In that farm that we did previously, how about you look up the absentee owners? How long have they owned that house? Is it in a place that truly is a second home area? Or is it maybe they bought the house, they moved on, they've been renting it out? Maybe it's a time to sell. Once you pull that report for them and they know how much equity they have in that house, they may be interested in selling. And then renters. They are not necessarily going to be listing a property, but if they are looking to be a buyer, you can work that out as a referral. So work with renters to find people that want to buy, give it as a referral, or do it as a buyer's agent yourself if you want to do that. So look outside of what everybody else is doing and see what their opportunities there are for you. What I'm doing is, over these 6 weeks that I'm doing my program, is that every week we're going to delve into this. We're going to delve into how we can do it for an hour, and then we're going to do script practice for half an hour. So we want to know, what are you comfortable getting uncomfortable doing, right? Because you are going to be uncomfortable. Whatever you decide to do, you're going to be uncomfortable. But there has to be a place where you're comfortable to become uncomfortable in that arena. Some arenas just don't work for everybody. So next, transition support. There's an agent here in Lakeland, and that posts in Facebook every day. And she sells at least 5 to 7 properties a month. And if you look at it, and I've talked to her, at least 40% are from a divorce attorney, a bankruptcy attorney, a relocation program, or probate death, right? So why are you not taking advantage of people that you know that might know these people, or even maybe you know these people that are attorneys, that you can offer your support? Now, if you're not a loving, giving person, don't do this, because you are going to be put into a situation where they're a disruption in their life, and they are going through a lot. But for the divorce, the bankruptcy, and the death, divorces, right, they have to sell. And the other side of that is they have to buy when they, because they have to buy another house. But bankruptcy, they're in trouble. That house has to be sold. Death, the probate, maybe it has to be sold, maybe it doesn't. But once the people know what it's worth, the people that have inherited it, they may want to sell. They may want to move into it. What does that mean? They may have to sell their other house. Maybe it's in Chicago. Who cares? You get a referral fee. So think about, we're looking towards that. And we don't have time to delve into that because that's a lot of information. Relocation, if you are not in the relocation department here, do it, because that's stupid not to take advantage of that. Not that
I got it real quick. I'm sorry, because you touched on something that I think is important, where you're like, we don't have enough time to go into this. Well, you didn't want me to say this, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. For all of you that are interested in really kind of moving this forward and getting into this 6 weeks going on, I know that DJ she coaches agents through this process on a regular basis, and when we're squared away, you all can reach out to her. I'll put her contact information in there if you're personally interested in kind of going through it. Sorry, DJ, throwing you under the bus, but I think that this is 6 weeks to 6 listings is really a very powerful tool. Would you please, just for the fun of it, please tell me the price of this particular 6-week coaching program that you have?
It's $97.
Okay, so I won't bother you with it anymore. But I didn't want to keep that secret. I will tell you all, by the way, that you can cancel it and get your money back. So there's literally zero risk. If you're not blown away on the first call, you're off the hook. And invest in yourself. That's just my thing. Sorry, DJ, throwing you under the bus. That's just how I do it. Carry on. More information coming if you need it.
Thanks, George.
No,
So
keep my word.
So this is what you all have seen before. What drives the market? Circumstances change. Diapers, what does that mean? New babies, death, the probate, diamonds, marriages, divorce, diplomas, people graduating, defaults. That's something that we may see more and more as the time goes on. And the relocation, I love that one. So think about these things and how you can take advantage of these things in a good way and help these people as they're going through it. And when I say take advantage, I don't mean it the bad way, okay? So who do you know that you should know? If you don't get out and meet people, think about this. If you hadn't got out and met people, who would you know? You would know no one. So I always say that it's like your mom always said, when you get home from school, go out and make friends, do your homework, and be nice. But you have to go out and make friends. Visibility is absolutely the key in our business. People want to see the person that they're working with. So I want you to, in the next few days, choose an area that you want to meet people in, because let's be honest, you want to meet the people that can afford to buy. I mean, you can do anything you want, but I would want to meet people that can afford to buy. And then look into the local events. Schedule them in your calendar. Market yourself discreetly. Advertise when it's appropriate. So let's say there's a support your local businesses. event in Brandon. I know there's one of those once a year. And you can rent a table and put your stuff out. You can talk to people. You can go to the Chamber of Commerce socials. There's all kinds of things that you should do because there are people out there that you don't know that could be really good friends and could be really good business partners. Me, I walk up to people and like last week, see my new haircut. Very cool, right? And I walked up to some woman that is in the grocery store because I loved her hair. And I said, excuse me, I love your hair. Do you mind sharing where you got it cut? And so we started talking and then we had coffee yesterday. So, and so I have a new friend, but if you're not that outgoing, then just go where people are. Get out of your house. If there's nothing else I can tell you that you learn from here, get out of your house and meet people. So there. And there's a lot more to it than that. But anybody have anything to add to this? Get out of your house?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Um, so last week, I'm a little country, so I have been in the house and I have been calling people, doing ads and whatnot. And last week it was like, okay, I got to get outside. I got to see people. I have to see real people. And it did. It got me a buyer, and a couple of potential buyers. I got out into the community. I saw people. I spoke to people. I saw some people I hadn't seen in God knows how long, and it worked, and it was refreshing. It felt good on my skin. It was energizing. I got some videos done. It was just good all the way around.
good job. Good job. And we all know that we feel better when we're around people and it energizes us and we get more done when we're around that. Now, social media. We all want to post on social media and 14 people are going to call us that day and we're going to get all these leads. Well, I did post some social media posts that I saw that I know worked. So this one, cash offers on local properties allow sellers to skip the hassle of fixing up, staging, and showing their properties. eXp Realties through express officers can connect owners with institutional buyers who can make competitive at cash offers. To quickly want more information, DM me with a little the little picture. And this agent took 4 listings from this ad. And none of them went with express offers, by the way. And then this one I thought was real interesting. The Zestimates are really off right now. So I'm blocking off time to do property value assessments for a few people. Would you like me to do one on your house? And she got over 50 or 25 responses because what it did was it's called a pattern interrupt. It stopped people from scrolling and got their attention. So I thought that was, I wanted to pull those for you. I said, did I do another one? Okay. And then this one got over 40 requests and 11 listings. This is up, I think this is in Arizona. Did you know that the average home in Moon Valley is up over 32%? Click here to learn the current value of your property. And of course, there was a button there that they could click on. So 40 people wanted to know what the value of their property was. So if you didn't want to do any of the other stuff we talked about, at least do this. And so people, if they click on it, you can at least answer them and talk to somebody that wants to talk to you. But what we want to do is we want to come up with a 30-day real estate social media content. What is it that we're going to do every day? And then what do we do with it? We schedule it. We have a social media posting schedule in our calendar. And let me tell you that when you schedule something in your calendar and a buyer calls and says, hey, I want to look at that listing, and you drop everything, you've set your business back every time. Because if you're not building for the future and you're only operating in the present, you're always going to be scrambling for business. Right? So, so we want to do a 30-day social media post, and so that we know what we're going to post every day. Now, if you're doing LinkedIn, which I strongly encourage you to do, you can go in and do them all in advance and schedule them. Facebook, you used to be able to schedule. I'm not sure if you can anymore. But you want to know what you're going to do before you get involved in doing that. So here is a bonus. Here, one of the things that I loved doing when I was selling was holding events. So here's some other things that you can do. You can do personally signed and mailed cards. We had Curtis Lucy come in a couple of weeks ago on one of the Thursday calls or Tuesday calls, I'm not sure which. And he has a program where it's like $40 a month, and you get and you can send out as many cards. Well, you can send out cards for that, and they are signed by you. You give your personal signature, you say whatever you want, you go online, you fix it, they mail it, everything out. Or you can actually, gee whiz, go to Dollar Tree, buy some cards, sign them, make a little note, and send it out. Just thinking of you. I love those cards. Just thinking of you. You popped in my head this morning. I think Claire says it so sweetly. You are on my heart. So mail a card. Let me just ask you, everybody in this that's on here, put in the chat the last time you got a card. So let's see how many cards we got here. Probably none. Now we think about doing a party for our people. And so somebody said to me the other day, what we do is happy hours. We go to Applebee's or someplace like that. And I just call a few of my clients and say, hey, I'm going to be at Applebee's at 7 o'clock tomorrow. A few people are going to go and hang out for a few hours. Do you want to come and meet us there? Now, you can buy the first drink if you want, but you don't have to. You're not saying, I'm inviting you to a party. It's like, I'm going, do you want to join us? You can also do a virtual happy hour. And during a pandemic, we used to do this all the time. So I would text or call my friends and say, I haven't seen your face. Let's do a virtual happy hour. So everybody would show up, bring their munchies, a drink, not a drink, but have a happy hour virtually. And that was really fun. This one, sellers going away party. Who does that? I thought that was a great idea. So before they move, you give them a going away party, invite all of their neighbors. You get to meet all of their neighbors. Or what about a buyer's welcome to the neighborhood party? Well, maybe it's not your buyer, but maybe that realtor didn't offer to do a welcome to the neighborhood party. Wait a week or two after it closes. Give them a call and say, hey, I don't know if you did a welcome to the neighborhood party, but as the seller's agent, I really would like to help you get involved with the neighborhood. And so can I do a welcome to the neighborhood party for you? The transaction is over. They're fair game. Or partner up with an HOA for an event. So you can talk to the HOA, say, hey, what can we do as an event to get your people all together at the community house and put your money out there instead of buying leads. Customer appreciation events, there's just a bunch of them. So there you go. That's that. Does that my end? Oh, this is a QR code with my Calendly. So if any of you do want to call me or make an appointment with me, here's my Calendly link. And if you want to take a picture of that, and I'll do that for like 2 seconds, and then I'm going to end my slideshow and we're going to talk. All right, I am stopping share and we're back. All right.
I got a question that I've got to ask on this one, and I'm doing it for everybody here. First off, here's the thing. if you're not if you're not putting these courses of action in place in your business, the question that I have to ask is why? What is it stopping? And a lot of times that comes from the same problem that I had, because I feel probably very much like you guys do, where I was like, holy cow, I wasn't really sure what to do. I didn't have a clear direction on there. So my coach walked me through it, and that's where success came from. I didn't have any until then. I want to challenge you to make sure that you have somebody helping and guiding you. The information's in the chat. You can obviously find DJ. Her last name is brutal to spell, so I'll give it to you. It's Thorg.
Nope, nope, nope. It's on the screen.
Sorry, Throg Morton. And you can find her in workplace chat as well, or obviously just reach out to her directly via text. Y'all gotta consider this for $97. Seriously, is this something that you might want to put into play? And again, here's the part that's really cool. If you're not really digging on where we're going on this, where she's going on this, just say this doesn't work after the first call and you get your money back. So where's the risk?
And we didn't talk about expires or for sale by owners
Oh,
or
boy.
all the things that we always talk about.
I wanted DJ, I asked you to come on because I wanted to, we're talking about this. I said, would you share this with everybody? Would you share some strategies that are proven, and everything you hit on, from the CMAs to I love the idea of the welcome to the moving parties. That's huge. I wrote that down for sure. There's just a lot of great stuff in here that'll move the business forward. And that I'm truly grateful for. So thank you. And again, I give you back complete control. I'm going to continue to take notes.
All right, questions. Anybody have anything?
Wow.
Allie,
I want to add to what DJ has been sharing with us. So there were a few years in my career where I implemented exactly what DJ was speaking to. And this is the reason why, because she hit a bone with me. So I wanted to share it with you. I'm a pancreatic cancer survivor, and I had huge bills. It was $255,000 worth of medical bills after insurance. Okay. So what was interesting is when I shifted my business to focus on listings in a strategic way, it only took me 2 years to pay that off. 2 years. That's all I did, is pay that off, because I had young children and we needed college, we needed cars, we needed a lot of other stuff. So thank you, DJ, for sharing this and letting us implement this into our business life.
and I will just say this. It never works without accountability. It never works without accountability. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how old you are.
Yep.
If you are not accountable to somebody or to something, it won't work.
Yep.
If
I had a
somebody-
coach at the time, DJ, and I was paying them $2,500 a month for myself and the team, because as leaders, when you have a strong team, I found it highly impactful for a coach to coach the team and not me coach my own agents. It worked out better. So yeah, I invested in them so that we could.
You just shut yourself off, honey.
Got yourself.
So, Allie, you have something to add?
Oh, no, I just, I texted you to add to see when the program starts so I can sign up. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's the first Monday in May. It starts the first Monday in May, and I will get, if you're interested, I'll get you the sign up information. It's and then it's every week, every Monday. I think there's a holiday that falls in there that we'll skip, so it'll actually take 7 weeks.
Okay,
But,
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and I want to speak to the lawsuit for a second. My first 2 years in real estate were commercial real estate. And like I've just said, I worked with a badass broker, and she didn't take any prisoners. And as a commercial broker, if you had the buyer paid you. And so whenever we wanted, what we did in the commercial world was that we sold strip centers. So we would go out, if you talk door to door, door to door, we would go door to door from at the businesses in that commercial division, in that strip center, and say, you know, if we had a buyer, would you be interested in selling? And then we got all of those, yes, maybe I would be. And then we went out and we called investors and whatever, and from the list of our sphere, and we said, hey, we have a strip center that is maybe available. Are you interested if we can negotiate the right price? So we were always working our sphere, always, where it was like, put this person with this person, put this property with this person, and whatever. So as residential agents, we have been lazy, and we have let the system take care of us. We have to get on board and work now. And like I said, if it's too hard, don't, change brokerages. Go to one of the 100% companies where, you don't get any help. But because it's a job, people, and it's not the holiday, it's a job. And so we've got to learn how to do it and do it well and get paid well. How many people do you think have the opportunity to earn $72,000 in 6 weeks? Right? So, and if you're not doing it, you're not taking advantage of what can be done in 6 weeks. I don't know what to tell you. I love realtors, but sometimes we're all a little bit lazy. So
DJ, is the coaching group coaching or is it one-on-one?
yes, it's group coaching. I also do one-on-one coaching, Tony. But this is group coaching.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, George, anybody else have any questions, any comments, wants to like?
Well, I think we've got it covered, folks. This is your time. If you got a question, hit the coach up. This is your business.
KJ?
DJ,
Yes, I
What-
have a question. You said they were going to be on Monday starting in May.
Yes,
That would be May 6th. How many
Yes.
hours will this be a day? What?
it's 90 minutes or 90 minutes. It's an hour of training and 30 minutes of script practice.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Great. Tony said, commented that he sent a text as well, so that's terrific. Y'all consider this, especially, I mean, here's the thing. What are you currently doing? If you're not doing anything, let's start doing something. And I don't mean that to throw you under the bus. I spent the better part of my first 3 weeks in real estate where I didn't do a darn thing. I think I called maybe 7 people, and my entire model was for sale by owner calls. So I needed to call 30 people and talk to 30 strangers a day. That was what I had to do. And it took me a while to get going. And then I realized, and you all do, this is a gut check. How's it feel? Are you in momentum? Are you getting things accomplished? Are you moving forward? Or at the end of the day, do you do what I did where you're like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do it. I'm really going to do it. I'm not going to do, today's not going to be like yesterday. Tomorrow's not going to be like yesterday. So y'all think about this. Take action now, right now. Okay, you got good information. There's a lot more available for you. If you want to take that to the next level, I strongly encourage it. I have 2 coaches. Well, one is really legitimately a therapist, and then another coach. So the therapist, as you probably can tell, I need. Take action. If you had that gut check, just like I did, where I'm like, oh, I can't believe that. I didn't do a good job today. Today didn't count. I'll do a better job tomorrow. Then you are probably a candidate for let's get into action now. And I'm going to throw this out there just because I can do this. Tawanda, you're off the hook. I already know what you do. You rock it. I love you. You're awesome. And you're here.
I'm
Still,
slacking, actually. I'm slacking, which is why I'm here.
That gut check hits you. Well, and I was going to comment that you're here. Thank you for being so transparent. I appreciate that. And remember, totally safe in here. Every freaking one of you is cool in this room. There is no judgment. We are here because you deserve everything. Take action, every one of you. DJ, I'm going to leave it with that. And then I'll
Alrighty.
go back to you, my friend.
I am talked out.
Well, you know what? It's 9:30. You know what y'all should be doing right now? I know I do this at 9:30, except for 4 days a year, which started yesterday, is going on right now. On this screen is the Masters. And on that screen is going to be the Masters. And on that couch is going to be my butt watching it. So I'm done for 3 more days now. But otherwise, let's get to work. God bless
Enjoy,
you.
enjoy.
Phone
Thank
calls.
you all for
Thank
sharing,
you.
for showing up.
Thank you. God bless you. This was awesome. I'm truly grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Y'all, bye.